like angels on the outside, soft, gentle, and well-formed, enough to turn even an honest man's head. But under this pretty skin, there's a devil who only cares for trinkets. You shouldn't be bothering us here.
Are you going to the market tomorrow?
Hey, you shouldn't be bothering us here. Tell me then, what did he give you for it?
Sure, I tell you and you dog me in.
Why would I dog you in?
You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
Greetings. There. It looks better off.
Are you going to do laundry?
Good day to you.
What do you have for sale? I'd like to discuss the price.
Well,
Satisfied?
well, if you... Aye, you'll con... Thank you. And a good day to you, friend.
Leave that door alone, will you?
Greeting. I apologize.
God be with you. Good day.
My brother.
Was willst du?
I'd like to discuss...
Ei, Julken, vielen Dank. Es war mir eine Freude, mit dir Geschäfte zu machen, mein Freund.
It's bad news. Exactly. Let me tell you.
How's life treating you?
Not too bad.
Ave Maria.
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything? Eh?
Why is this all...
I'll have a look at...
Nothing suits your fancy, eh?
Well, you've got pretty eyes.
Nice outfit.
All right, then.
Greetings.
Careful!
What do you need?
Show me your...
Maybe next time.
Ugh.
What'll it be this?
I need my wounds treated and my clothes.
Excellent.
Let's talk about...
Certainly.
Do we have a deal?
That's more like it. You cer-
I reckon that's it. Take care of yourself out there, friend.
I'll give you some sweet nectar.
Careful!
Hey, handsome. Come and have a drink.
Quick!
Greetings to you.
What a night. Phew. but I can make sure he knows how you run the place. That's the 5th yucca who got scrushed in here.
This is some jiggery pokery.
Be quiet, and now clear off. Do you need something?
You're a Christian of Pisek?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin Ruthard sent me. About Via Argentum.
I see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzling. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following me around.
So is Vavak really stealing the silver?
For God's sake, not so loud! What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous game. If Sir Kunzling trusts you, you could help me in my investigation.
Well, that's actually why I'm here.
Excellent. Excellent. You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
My father was a blacksmith.
It's a fine craft. But it won't teach you much about silver mining and processing. I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, follow me, please. We need to talk somewhere in private. Wait a bit. We're not there yet.
Where should I start looking?
Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint. That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much it helped. Mined out.
So, I'm supposed to ask about the Feast of St. Petronilla?
It was just a few days ago. I reckon it'll be fresh in their memory. Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not be very forthcoming at first, and they have an odd way of speaking. Like, calling each other Sonny, however old they are. But you'll hear for yourself. You should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining. Or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
I reckon I could pose as a curious scholar.
Suit yourself. Just don't change your story so you don't arouse suspicion. But to the point, each day 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer, as they say. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samko. You'll have to ask each one of them how many corves they mine. Samko's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in. It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my seal, allowing you free movement within the mine.
And what are you going to do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else? I reckon they must be wondering where I am by now. Once you find out how many corves the 3 shifts mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla, return to me. We'll compare that number to the entry in the mine book. And don't forget, don't draw attention.
By the way, I've had the honor of meeting your brother, Peter.
Well, well. Small world.
He was a great help to us at Suchdol.
Even though we had some disagreements, I respect him for everything he succeeded in doing. If it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what I do.
What happens in the smelting works?
Each smelting shop has a stamp mill, a roasting pit, and a smelting furnace. The stamp mill is used to crush the ore into smaller pieces to make it easier to process. After that, the crushed ore is roasted in a roasting pit to remove most of the impurities. Finally, everything is smelted in a furnace to separate the pure silver from the slag.
So it's processed similarly to steel for smithing?
Yes, but in steelmaking, you don't have to weigh and record every step thrice.
How are groschen made from the silver?
The royal share from the smelting works goes to the mint in the Italian court. There, the coiners hammer it out into silver sheets for cutting the coin blanks. Then, in the Italian court's preghouse, our minters cut out and punch new groschen.
How many mints are there in total?
Only the main one is left, the one in the Italian court. There used to be more of them throughout the kingdom, but King Wenceslas II united them all. It was he who contributed the most to the rise of the Prague groschen and the wealth of this region. And of course, his own wealth too.
Who owns the mines?
The king grants mining rights to his loyal subjects, and these leaseholders can rent out their privileges to other people. All sorts of people operate mines in Kuttenberg. Nobility, rich burghers, even the monastery. In fact, anyone with enough money to pay for new shafts to be dug can share in the proceeds.
How much do the mines pay to the king?
That depends on whether it's a royal mine or a mine in the hands of a mining guild, meaning the leaseholders.
I thought all mines were owned by the king.
That's right. But it's much more profitable for the king to grant mining rights to rich mine operators. They bear the cost of mining themselves and pay him a share. The king receives 1/3 of the profits from his own mines, but only 1/5 from the leaseholders. That's how he gets what's his from all the mining.
What about the other 2/3 of the profits from the king's mines?
Those go towards the costs, of course, for operations, wages, and shaft security.
Who's responsible for the mines?
The mines and the mint are supervised directly by the royal mint master, Ulrich Vervark von Neuhaus. As the steward, I'm his direct subordinate. I oversee that everything runs smoothly on his behalf. Then come the chief foreman, then the other foreman, and finally the ordinary pitmen in the shafts. But I don't come in contact with them very often. We follow the path of silver until the moment an ore merchant buys the ore from us and takes it to a smelter.
Who's responsible for the smelting works?
They have their own owners. They buy ore from us and smelt it into pure silver. Then, they deduct the royal tithe, and they can sell the rest. And not just silver. Processing the ore yields a variety of other materials that can be sold just as well.
What can I do for you?
What do you...
What can you do, sir?
I need some...
Excellent! You made a fine purchase, good sir.
Don't cause any trouble, got it?
All our ale's gone.
And the women folk are pissed off.
Are you Foreman Samco?
Aye, I am. And who's asking?
My name is Henry. Steward Christian sent me to you. I'm a student from Prague, and I'm writing a treatise on miners and mine operations.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but minus rules. Then I'll tell you everything. What'd you say?
You better start talking before you really annoy me. If there's one thing you don't want, it's an angry Henry slamming your head against the table till you see black.
Bloody hell, kidder. You don't mess about. I see enough black as is down in the mound. Ask away, then.
What is the work of a miner about?
Aye, but proper rest is even more important than graft.
How much do you make?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting worse.
How do you mine ore?
Either we're on hard rock, only then there's not much silver.
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kip, some a swally, some go whoring.
How many corves did you mine on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we were getting along nicely. We managed to hulk 34 corves without skimping on hame time. First time in ages, that was.
That's all I need to know.
Good day.
Keep the peace, and we won't have any problems.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift. Are you Foreman Paul?
Hey! You walk like a ghost, kidder. Hold on. I don't know ye. Who are ye?
My name's Henry. Sir Christian sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague, and I'm writing a thesis on the life and lot of miners. Are you praying? Why?
The day before the feast of St. Petronilla, a kidder was hawking here. We dinged the berg, set it ablaze, all good. He took a mell, battered the fault, and the props spangued out. It all came crashing down on him. Done it.
That's awful. Sorry.
He weren't just me marrow. He were my blood. I raised him from a nipper since my sister died. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was as strong as a horse. Wouldn't it take no like. And now, how can he forgive myself?
Come on, it wasn't your fault.
I suppose you're right. Will you pray with me for his son?
Aye.
You're a canny lad. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper.
Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper, tin, iron, and all ores and metals. I ask that you bless my brother, who has died in this mine. And may your holy angels save his soul from damnation. Bring his soul to eternal glory through our Lord, our Saviour and Redeemer, Jesus Christ.
And the handmaid
Amen.
of the Lord, be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. Hail.
So, are you going to answer me now?
Aye. Thanks for praying with me. Ask about out.
What is the work of a miner about?
What it's about? It's about you in the face and hauling the ore to the bank in coves. Over and over again. Proper graft, that. Can be read dodgy, mind. Mighty.
Are deaths in the mine?
Aye. But every death in the shaft is a waste. Whether it's unfortunately, we still bury a yakker or two a month, you know.
So how many corves did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
That weren't a good day. Nobody was in the mood for ganning on after what happened to Jaybird. But even so, we managed to hawk 30 corves.
That's all I need to know.
If you say so, Mara. Mary said, "Oh."
Look out!
Foreman Frank?
What you looking for, Sonny? Can't you see we're hewing?
Sir Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague. Henry, I'm writing a treatise on silver mining.
I didn't know you scribblers, but you can't just amble around. You'll count your creels.
I just have a few questions.
The more we gab, the less we gar. But make it snappy, man. What do you want to know?
What is the work of a miner?
What's it about? Bugger all, kidder. No great shakes. We gans through the roads, Bella. Hewing off from rock in the dark and breathing in the stithe.
How exactly do you...
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yakka? You take a kevel and ding away at the rock till it crumbles. And if you keep ganning at it for a couple of years and don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion or get scrushed by the ceiling of the road you're hewing.
How do you get the ore outside?
Same way it's hewed, in the dark and in coves. On top of that, you spend a lot of the bloody time on all. Once you get out by with the corf, you get a tally.
How much do you get for you?
I'll tell you, man. Them deputies up at bank make a howfing pile of chink. But us buggers, the ones doing all the graft, we earn a
Can you give me a more...
Sometimes, not even half a grosh in a corf. That's near way to make a living, man.
I wonder, how much do you mine in a day?
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face. It varies.
How much did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Listen, kidder. Aren't you a bit too curious? Why do you need to know that for? Them numbers won't be useful to nobody.
I really need to know it for my work. My treatise won't be complete without it. Est rerum omnium magister usus. Experience is the best teacher. And you have that experience.
Aye, well, a clever head but a gawk-handed, eh? Alright, I'll tell ya. It was a good gar on the Feast of St. Petronilla. Our yakkers hewed 36 corves.
Thanks.
Nah, thank ye. Now leave us to hew, Mara. We've got a lot of graft ahead of us. Farewell, my friend.
Guten Abend.
You're the local ore merchant?
Naja, I buy ore. And who are you?
My name is Henry, and I'm here by Sir Christian's permission. I study at the university in Prague, and I'm writing a thesis on silver mining.
Wirklich? Interesting. In any case, you are in the right place. The Horschan shafts are some of the most profitable in all of Kuttenberg. I am Hermann. If you have any Fragen, I am happy to answer them.
Do you buy silver together with the stone?
I do. You can only get pure silver from the stone in the smelting works. That is why it is important to know how much of it is in the ore.
How do you estimate the price?
It takes skill and experience. I go through a few corves, get some samples, and bring them down here to assay them. Then I estimate the ratio of silver to the waste and set the price according to the average.
And the price is always the same?
Nein. The price of the corves is determined by the highest bidder. The smelter that can pay the most gets it. The important thing is to keep an eye on costs, so we do not end up paying more for the ore than we get for the pure silver.
How many corves do you buy a day?
It varies. It depends on the rock that is being hewed. When you hew into hard rock, the yield is smaller than from soft rock, which crumbles with little effort, but there's little silver in it.
How many corves did you buy lately? For example, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Sancta Petronilla? Weiß nicht. Entschuldigung. I do not remember. You can ask Christian, though. It is all in the books.
I already know how many corves the crews extracted on the Feast of St. Petronilla. It was 100 altogether.
I see. Meanwhile, I looked in the mine book. How many do you think it says there?
I'd guess it's less.
Then you'd be correct. The book lists 90 corves extracted. That means 10 corves of ore disappear each day. But nobody could just come along and take them. We keep a close watch on everything. The unreported corves must be going out to smelting works with the rest of the ore. That means...
What does it mean?
that this is fraud of colossal proportions, and that Foreman Fett and Herman the ore merchant are in it up to their ears.
What about Vavak?
I still think the trail will lead us to him, but we know too little so far. You need to talk to Fett and Herman first. Being involved in the theft of silver is a capital crime, so it should be in their own interest to cooperate. Make sure to promise them no one will know about their crime. You can mention my name. When you've talked to them, come back to me and we'll figure out what to do next.